end of August, and that means it's time for some high school baseball. Welcome in here to the matchup football, that is. Welcome into the press box here. Braden Jones here with retired honorable coach Jerry Walker for this North Polk football team. And even though he's not on the field right now, he's been having himself a ball watching his team play.
Been working with some kids this summer in the weight room, and guys look good in there, and they're looking for. I know they're looking forward to tonight. They came in this morning, had a little pregame walkthrough, a little stretch, and got some work done this morning, and so I think they'll be ready to go tonight. Should be a good game tonight. Lewis Central is coming off a playoff appearance last year. The record was 5-5 last year, but it's pretty deceiving. All 5 games they lost by 3 points, and so they were in every game that they lost last year. And you know how those close games go. If a little break turns around the other way, they end up winning instead of losing it. But should be a good ball game tonight.
Yeah, for sure. That is the game of baseball. Football, wow. I messed up here to start up. But the game of football, that's the way it works. It's a lot of momentum shifts. You can have yourself a big break with an 80-yard run that gets you to the house. Just like that, everything can change from one side.
Lewis Central will get about that tonight. They've been in the playoffs every year since 2012. They've had 19 total appearances. They played them last year down at their place. We ended up with a 27-24 win. It was a hard-fought game. Really well. The program has been really good over the course of the years. They were state champs in 21 and 23. Runner-up in 2022, so they won the finals for 3 years in a row there. And the Comets in 23, Central in the semis in the dome, lost to them, waited their second championship. Returning tonight. Braden Doss is a running back. He was first-team All-State as a sophomore last year. Kyler McNeil was first-team All-State as a defensive lineman. Hunter Infanger was an offensive lineman, first-team All-State, and they had an honorable mention receiver, Braden Parks, who played at Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson last year. So they have a good core, a good nucleus coming back this year to face the Comets. Doss last year in the game against North Polk rushed for 176 yards. And so I think that's really going to be in their game plan. One of the big things, give him the ball, because he's a really good running back. Their quarterback's making his first start tonight. So I would guess they're probably going to be a little bit more run heavy, and you won't see them throw the ball quite as much maybe as they normally would.
Yeah, for sure. Rushing is a big part of this team's identity as the team for North Polk heads out onto the sideline, getting themselves their group huddle, getting ready for the action here. North Polk comes into this one ranked number 9, Lewis Central number 5. So a very strong matchup for both of these teams to kick off the high school football season here in Iowa.
Lewis Central, you'll probably see tonight, offensively, they'll look a lot like North Polk. They'll be in a spread, take a shotgun snap for the vast majority of their plays. And we'll go over their defensive look here in just a minute following the national anthem.
Absolutely, both teams making their way onto their sidelines, taking off their helmets, getting ready for that national anthem. Recognizing all those who have served and are currently serving for our nation.
And other first responders who serve their communities every day. We thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment to protecting and serving others.
Okay.
We also recognize the families who support you and share those sacrifices. At this time, we ask everyone to please rise and join in a moment of silence as we honor those who have served, those who continue to serve, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country and communities. Now please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem, performed today by the North Polk Marching Comets under the direction of drum majors Stella Mears, Sam Phillips, and Grayson Sosby.
For Lewis Central tonight, defensively, I think we're probably going to see some multiple fronts. They will generally be in a four-man front, but we might see some three-man front. They have shown a little bit of that too. They've got some big guys up front, and so it wouldn't surprise me if we see maybe a little more three-man front than we normally might be used to. Starting out, a lot of their defensive alignments will look like a 4-4 stack. And they'll also use like a 4-3 look, and they'll play generally zone defense, cover 3 and cover 4 behind that, but occasionally they will go man. So be interesting. I've not seen the coin toss yet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to keep that in mind for the defense. Coin toss coming up shortly here, and then we will know who starts first with the ball and who is defending. We'll see if it is Lewis Central that you just mentioned, or if North Polk will get the start on the other side of the ball.
Looks like the captains for the Comets tonight are going to be Brady Cathcart, number 2, Simon Hauser, number 62, Carson Reinhardt, number 13, and Hunter Bassino, number 77. Looks like Lewis Central will send 5 of their guys out for the coin toss.
Does look like they are playing out 5 of their guys. Maybe a bit of a numbers game before we even get started on our first snap. Both sides ready to make their walk out to the coin toss here.
Looks like number 42, Kyle Walling. No, he was just standing. He was standing next to Kyler McNeil, number 78, one of the returning All-State players. Number 65 is Hunter Infinger, returning All-State defensive lineman. Number 3 is Camden Dolheim. He's one of the corners for Lewis Central. And then I believe it was number 15, Ethan Bergman, an inside linebacker.
So So those are your starting captains for today's game. They will all get their shaked hands.
Looks like Lewis Central deferred and North Polk's going to receive. We'll get the ball on the north end. A little bit of a breeze tonight. Shouldn't really have much of an effect on the game, really. For the Comets, real quickly, starting lineup. Offensive line, left tackle, Carrick Wall, number 75. Left guard will be Hunter Bassino. He'll wear number 77. Jaden Pody will be the center, wearing number 60. Freddie Lassers, number 56, will be the right guard. Right tackle, number 62, Simon Hauser. Ex-receiver will be number 2, Brady Cathcart. Josh Weig will be the Y. He'll wear number 12. Tommy Speaker will be the quarterback. He'll wear number 9. He'll be making his first start for the Comets tonight. Carson Reinhardt will be the running back. And Jace Jetman, number 10, will be the H-back.
So we will see that defense shortly here for Lewis Central, but right now they have their kickoff standing over by the end zone for the Comets. They have number 14, Gus Schaefer, and number 4, Quinn Tepley. We will see which one of them receive the ball here to get this game rolling. And we have kickoff and we have football out here in Iowa. It will be number 4 in Quinn Tepley to grab that one. Tepley is running through the middle. They're able to break through. They're able to break through all, just the punter left, and he stops him. What a start for Tepley to start off for North Polk.
We got some really good blocking here on the right side as he brought the ball toward the Comet sideline. North Polk's going to have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 44. They'll be on the right hash to start the game.
Luckily, the kicker in Carter Phelan was able to stop Tepley there. Otherwise, they would have been off to the races and started with 6 on the board for Lewis Central. As will be a short throw that is immediately knocked away. Luckily, a forward pass, so will not be a fumble recovery there, but still a good play from the defense there for Lewis Central. Cale Moore, the one to break that one up.
Yeah, Tommy Speaker was trying to get the ball to number 1, Davis Caves, out there in the flat. It was knocked down, it was incomplete.
So 2nd and 10, starting here just about the 44-yard line, still on the Comet side. But they are already very close to midfield thanks to Tepley's big kickoff return. That won't be a rush there from Speaker, and he will cut through a couple more yards. Stop at just about the 46 there for the Comets, a 2-yard gain.
Lewis Central has been in a 4-man front. The first 2 plays here to open the season. Number 78, Kyler McNeil, is one of the tackles for the Titans.
So now 3rd down and 8 for the Comets after an incomplete pass on the first one and a 2-yard scramble on a QB draw for Speaker to get 2. He will still stand to get this ball here, and it will be another throw from Speaker trying to convert. Has to cut through the defensive line that's cutting through, and that will be an easy pass there to Reinhardt. The running back will rush through over to the 15, to the 10, down at the 5. Almost a 3 and out to start for North Polk, but instead they convert, and they convert big on the running back Reinhardt.
It's like Carson ran a little route up the sideline there, and Tommy just flipped it out to him. It ended up being about a 48-yard gain on that play. So the Comets are going to be 1st and goal.
Looks to be at about the 6-yard line for him.
Yeah, they'll be on the left hash.
So 2 big plays to start here from the Comets. First from the special teams, then from the offense. Do they have one more big play in them? It will be Speaker handing off there to Reinhardt once again. Has a chance to score on this play. Is pushing his way through, and he will get shorts just about the 3-yard line for him.
Interior, the Lewis Central line on the play there. I think one of the things that North Polk will try to do here a little bit is try to get the run game established a little bit. It's going to be tough against those big guys up front for Lewis Central. Tommy is under center right now.
Reinhardt is right behind him just in case he goes off. And they will give it right back to Reinhardt, and he will be stuffed. No gain for Reinhardt on that one, bringing up 3rd and goal from the 3.
That's kind of a new look for the Comets. They really haven't been under center very much the last couple years.
They're trusting their senior in Reinhardt.
Might be part of their new goal line package.
It will still be Reinhardt to the side this time of Speaker. Speaker only one throw that was complete, and that was to the running back. We'll see if he uses any of his receivers here, as he will throw off to the right side. Reinhardt misses him, and that will be 4th and goal.
Boy, he had him open there too. It's maybe a little adrenaline working there a little bit.
Maybe trying to lead him just a bit too far. Reinhardt could have cut inside if he got that one, but instead, he will bring out a couple players here.
Carter Harris and Davis Caves coming into the game for the Comets, replacing Tepley and Josh Weig. 4th and goal, big play here.
Looks like they are going for it. There's 2 men behind Speaker this time, still Reinhardt and another player for him. As this one will be a throw this time. Once again, the Speaker over to his receiver. That one, he will sneak in a few inches over the goal line, and that is a touchdown to start for the Comets.
Nice little rollout, little toss to Davis Caves. Took it in for the score. Comets 6, Lewis Central nothing. That really is a difficult play to defend down there on the goal line, because they stretch you out and makes it really difficult on the defenders.
Camden Davis on the extra point here to make it 7-0. The snap, the hold, the kick is tipped up but goes through. 7-0 to start for North Polk, and the home crowd is excited to start off the football season.
Chase Boo is on the hold there. Really important part of that PAT field goal game is the hold, as well as the snap. Cole Rumbaugh is the long snapper for the Comets. So a nice drive, about a 54-yard drive for the Comets to start off.
And how about that 4th down decision to go for it, get themselves another chance with Speaker throwing it once again. Missed Reinhardt earlier, but did not miss Caves there.
Yeah, that's got to help Tommy's confidence a lot. And I'm sure he kind of felt a little down after missing the play before there.
So Lewis Central did defer the coin toss, and that seems to be coming back to bite them early here, as the Comets do get the first score on the board of this football season for both sides. And it will be a kickoff now to Lewis Central for their response. We'll have to see if they have a big breakout kickoff return, I should say, as North Polk did to start this one off. Cathcart, the kicker here, will deliver it shortly right at about the 2-yard line there for Lewis Central. They will try to rush over to the 40 as the other team did, but they will get to just about the 16 before he is brought down. Number 2 in Braxton Parks was the one to take that out.
Good coverage by the Comets special team there. It'll be 1st and 10 for Lewis Central on their own 26-yard line. They'll be on their left hash as they head north.
So it'll be the first time today we see Eric Coral.
And he's making his first start tonight too for the Titans.
Took him till his junior year to get that start, and he will immediately have a handoff there that rushes for a couple to just about the 30, as that will be a couple yards for the gain for the Titans.
Braden Doss is the ball carrier. He's that returning all-state running back for Lewis Central. This is going to be one of the keys for the North Polk defense. They're going to need to really focus on stopping the run or curtailing it. I don't know with a running back that good if you can really ever stop anything like that, but you want to try and limit the big plays that they have.
Doss went in motion, the one who just got that run. Cora will air it out deep over to Doss, and that will be too high for either side, as that will go incomplete. Very good coverage there from number 2 for the Comets. Blocking number 2 from Lewis Central there. That was Cathart on the play there.
Be interesting to see how much Lewis Central throws. Their leading returning passer from last year is not the starter this year. This is a different young guy for the Titans.
Curl takes the snap, will throw it over to his receiver, and he will get him. That one will go down at just about the 45, still on the side for the Titans, but they get themselves a completion there.
It's a really nice throw by Coral. Tate Lippincott was on the tackle there for the Comets. Comets are in a 4-man front. Basically, it looked like a 4-3.
So on their own 46 here, that'll be taken by Coral. Immediately driving over to Dawson. He will get a few more, not quite cross midfield, but will stop at just about the 48.
Looked like he picked up about almost 3 on that. 2nd 7, the ball's in the middle of the field.
We'll have to see if they can get their running game going. The Comets were not too successful on the running side with Reinhardt, but Reinhardt did have that big catch, about 40 yards down into the goal line area. This one will be a throw there from Coral. He will try to escape the pressure, and he cannot. He goes down. First sack of the day for the Comets. I've also got an injured going for that play as well for North Polk. Cannot quite see who that is. He is still down on the ground. Now bring up the athletic trainer for the Comets.
I believe the injured player is Talon Checkenbeck, number 11. He's the rush end on the left side there. Give us a quick opportunity to go through starting offensive line for Lewis Central. Left tackle is number 67, Camden Melby. Left guard is Kyler McNeil. He's number 78. Hunter Infanger is the center, number 65. The right guard, number 55, is Connor Lindsay. Right tackle is number 79, Kavion Harmon. The wide receiver is William Gary, number 88. Z receiver is number 2, Braxton Parks. The X is number 25, Leighton Edwards. And their receiving core, they will interchange some individuals, and they're just, much the same as North Polk does as well.
Checking back.
The H-back for Lewis Central is going to be Graham Lee. He's number 24. Eric Carell, we've mentioned a couple times. He's the quarterback, number 9, and Braden Doss, number 22, is the running back.
Checking back does get up under his own power. A little bit of assistance, but is walking under his own 2 feet. That is always good to say. As you mentioned, the rush player on the defense, he was rushing in to make that play. First sack of the day on either side as it goes off of Coral. But checking back will bring himself over to the sideline.
Couldn't really tell what he did, if he landed on his shoulder there.
It was a big extension for checking back to be able to clip the foot of Coral. But that will bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 18 to be more exact. It will be a big play here for Coral if he can make it happen. I believe it is Speaker, that is, taking the place of checking back here as Coral does drop back, rushes through, goes towards for it, and it's picked up. Dropped down by everyone there. Very good pass break up from 2 of the defenders for the Comets.
Gus Schaefer was on the coverage there and broke it up, and there was another Comet defensive back there too. I believe it was Quinn Tepley, and he's down right now. And so they it looked like they both went up, and he might have collided with him. So I don't know if you don't want to speculate here, but hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him.
That is number 4 in Tepley. Was in coverage, one of the 2 North Polk players to break up that long pass from Coral, trying to get a 3rd and 18. It will be 4th and 18 once they check on Tepley. He's still getting checked on over there. The drive for the Titans, assuming no 4th and long chance, will end on their 38, thanks to the sack from Checkenback on Coral. But 2 straight plays that a Comet player has gone down. He does get up under his own power, walking off on his own power as well. Good to see. Such a tough thing to see, especially this early in the game and in the season, when these players work so hard to get back in their conditioning to get ready for the action.
Yeah, hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him, how he landed. Looked like he landed kind of funny when he came down, so hopefully that's all it was.
It was a tough play for sure for both the defense and the offense, trying to get their respective sides of victory there. But thanks to the contribution of Tipley, who now stands on the sideline, it will probably be a punt here from the Titans. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Comets started off by driving down efficiently, getting themselves a big 40-plus yard gain from their running back in Reinhardt through the air, and that set up a 4th down touchdown in goal area for the Comets. So they lead 7-0 to start this one off.
Not exactly sure what's going on in the field right there. I could speculate, but I don't think I will.
Tipley is still just having a conversation with one of the staff for the Comets. He does seem to be doing okay over there. Davis Caves checking in on him over on the sideline. Always good to see that amount of respect from the teammates that you play with all season. Caves, of course, was the one who scored the touchdown for the Comets on a 4th down attempt for North Polk.
Gus Schaefer's going to be deep for the Comets in anticipation of this punt.
Schaefer was the one who collected the kickoff kick and got himself just about a 40-yard gain to kick it off strong for the Comets.
This is Keegan Kilnoski.
That will go over. That is a chance for the Comets to pick it up. This will be a rush over to him, over to the 5, and that is where North Polk will start their drive.
Well, one of the keys to the game here, too, was to have solid special teams, and there's the first special teams mistake tonight. A bad snap cost Lewis Central, gives North Polk great field position. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted at the 6-yard line. It'll be over there on that left hash.
It was Keegan Klonowski who was trying to collect that high snap, could not do so, tried to get some yards back before he got tackled, could not get too many, and it will be 1st and goal from the 6 for the Comets.
Boy, in something like that, there's not a whole lot you can do either, because that was way over his head.
You're talking about feeling good for Speaker. He has another chance to bring one in. This one will go off to Speaker, a fake handoff to Reinhardt, and he will pick up a couple down at just about the 3-yard line. So a QB draw to start. Will cut the yardage they need in half. Ball will sit at the 3 for a 2nd and goal here for North Polk. Have a chance to go up 14-0 to start this one off.
Cathcart and Carter Harris, number 36, are split wide to the right side for North Polk.
And there will be our first flag of the game. We're in the starting drive for the Comets.
Going to be a procedure call on Lewis Central.
And that will once again cut the yardage in half for the Comets. It will be at just about the 1.5-yard line. Will be an offsides on Lewis Central. So the 1.5-yard line is where Speaker will continue this drive. And off there to Reinhardt, he'll have a chance to sneak in, bulldozes in, and make that 2 touchdowns early for the home squad.
Carson Reinhardt on the carry there, really good blocking up front. On the left side of that Comet line.
Reinhardt with the biggest play of the first drive for the Comets. It's about a 45-yard completion. Had his chance to score in last drive as well, could not break through, will break through there. The point after for the Comets coming here. Snap low, but picked up. That kick will sneak in, and it will be 14-0 for the Comets to start off this game. Just a little over 6 minutes into the first quarter here.
That PAT right there just showed you the importance of the holder, because that snap, as you mentioned, was really low, and he got it up on the tee, and as you mentioned, Camden Davis snuck it inside that left upright. Comets up 14-0, off to a really nice start in their season opener here.
Very filled out stands here on the Comet side. Supporters for the fall football opener for both sides, but the first home game for the Comets.
Lewis Central's got a nice crowd over there. That's a long trip from Council Bluffs here. It's I-80 all the way across, but it takes some time to drive that. So
that's how you know their fans are excited for this season as well. Both of these teams ranked in the top 10 to start this season off. But right now, it is number 9 having the best of number 5. So it will be another kickoff here for Cathcart. He will throw this one through. Bit of a shorter punt this time. And that will go over to Lewis Central. They will try to rush through the middle. They will rush through the middle. Looks like he might be gone. Lewis Central, what a way to get your first touchdown of the season. A big kickoff return there for the Titans. Braden Doss, number 22, came out to collect that one. You can see why he's the starting running back as well, with all that speed cutting through the Comet line.
Really nice job of blocking by Lewis Central on that right side over there. Opened up that hole, and Doss hit it, and he was gone. That's probably, make a mental note, don't kick it to the All-State running back when he's back there deep on kickoff return.
And that's what we were talking about pregame as well. The momentum can shift so quickly from a play just like that.
So now they're right back in it. I wouldn't have bet that in the first 6 minutes, 6+ minutes, 20 points would have been scored with these two teams.
Carter Thielen to kick that one through. Probably the cleanest PAT we've seen all day, as it will now be 14-7. Still in favor of the Comets, but they got themselves a very short break on the offensive side. They will be very quickly back out on the fields. A positive for the Comets is their drive was already in goal line territory last time, so they didn't have to drive too long, tire themselves out too much before coming out here for their third possession of the game.
One of the pregame things that the coaches talk about a lot has to do with how are you going to respond when adversity hits. And, you know, Lewis Central had the bad snap, put them in just horrible field position for them, and the Comets took advantage of it, and then they turn around and run the kickoff back and cut the lead in half. So it's an outstanding response by them on that particular play. It'll be interesting to see now. Guys up front on the return team have to be aware there's a little bit of a momentum shift here now, so they have to be alert for maybe something short on the kick. I would bet, though, that they're probably going to try to kick it deep, try and play a little bit of field position.
Same guy still back there for North Polk. Gus Schaefer, the one who's taken the last 2 kicks that he has been able to receive. Last 1 kick, actually, with that other one being the bad snap. And Quinlan Tepley also back there. We will see who receives it. A very short bouncing punt, so it will be someone else to receive it, and he will just drop down on the 25 to make sure that there is no sort of big shove on him. I believe that was number 35, Bennett, rolling to pick that one up.
Bennett's one of the starting inside linebackers on defense for the Comets, also on the kickoff return team there. So be first and 10 for North Polk on their own 25. They'll be on their right hash.
The most normal starting position, you could say, for the Comets in this game so far. As it will be Speaker out there once again. He will take that one and immediately toss it over to one of his players driving through, and that will be a pretty good gain to start. Not quite a first down, but 8-yard completion there on the toss over to the Comets.
Nice little jet sweep action there to Davis Caves. Made a nice cut inside, block on that right side.
Called 7 yards, so this one will go there to Reinhardt. He will sneak through for a couple, but will still not cross that line to gain. Looks like no gain there for Reinhardt, so it will be a 3rd and 3 for the Comets. They found themselves in a couple third down positions before, but they have always come up big. We'll see what Speaker has set up for this one. 2 players to either side of him. One dashes off, and it will be over to Reinhardt, getting the toss, getting in, and that will be a first down for the Comets. Right over to the 37.
Similar play to the early one that they broke for a big gain, just a little bit shorter toss this time, but a nice play call to pick up the first down.
Reinhardt, the starting running back, but has himself a pair of pretty reliable hands as well. Has already caught 2 passes from Speaker, one of which being the biggest gain, the start of this game, just about 45 yards it was, as it's 1st and 10 for the Comets. 2 right beside him, and he will throw, deep throw over one of his players. He is open, he makes the completion, gets tripped up, but a big play for North Polk inside the other team's 30. Cathcart with the big completion there, just cut right through the outside part of the defense.
Really nice throw on the play action fake there by Tommy. He let him, and Brady just ran underneath that.
Lewis Central lucky to get him down, as it will be a quick handoff and a quick stuff. Nowhere to go there for Heitzman. The number 2 running back here for the Comets gets his first carry there, and it does not go anywhere. Lewis Central lucky to trip up on that big play to Cathcart. Otherwise, he would have been off to the races. Only one man was able to stop him, and the Titans got just enough of his leg. So 2nd and 10 after that no gain handoff. Heitzman still beside Speaker here. A rush over. It will be to Heitzman once again. He will get a little bit of running room through the middle, but not too many. Maybe a gain of 1 on that 2nd down.
Christian Daggett replaced Speaker at quarterback. He's number 5 right now for the Comets. He's a junior. I thought we might see more than one quarterback tonight for North Polk.
The Comets have a 7-run advantage, 7-score advantage, and Daggett, as mentioned, is the one in. Will fake the handoff, try to rush out of the pressure, and he will just throw it away for a 4th and 9 over at the 26.
Well, he did a nice job of getting rid of that to avoid the sack.
Jacob Jeffress, the one to force that pressure. Almost was the first sack against the Comets quarterback room, but instead in avoidance, a throw away from Daggett. It is looking like they are staying on the field for yet another 4th down try. First time they did it, they scored their first touchdown. This will be the 2nd time we see them active on 4th down. 4th and 9 for Daggett. And right as he gets the snap, it will be called off.
Comets called timeout. I didn't see the play clock, but the play clock may have been running down there too, so they May have called the timeout to avoid the penalty.
As we wait for this timeout to conclude, welcome to everyone watching our live stream today. Happy to have you here as North Polk attempts to beat Lewis Central in the first regular season game. The Comets ranked number 9. The Titans ranked number 5, but it is the lower seed that has the better of this game right now. 2 straight touchdown drives off of great field position for the Comets, the first time that they have been in normal field position to start at their 25. They've had a longer drive here, sitting at 4th and 9. The Titans 1 score, a big kickoff return from their starting running back in Braden Doss, who collected that one and took it to the house. So the offense remaining on the fields. Daggett still the quarterback in. They've already taken their time out to talk about it. Seems like they might be committing here. Cathert and Weig, number 2 and 12 respectively, on the close side of your screen there on the rights. And then 2 on the other side on the left for the Comets as well. Still have Reinhardt as the running back there.
Not sure what the holdup is here right now.
45, 245.
Looks like they were just fixing the clock there. Was set at 2:54 before, now down to 2:45, and that is where we will start here for Daggett. Big moment here. Still in just the first quarter of this game, everybody coming inside for the Comets, and he will drop back to pass. He will look for the pass, a deep shot over, and that will be right through the arms of the defender, and Cathert gets it. A short ball doesn't matter as Cathert, magnetic hands, comes up with it one way or another. And that is yet another touchdown in this first quarter for North Polk.
That was a heck of a catch by Brady Cathcart because that defender was right there. There's a drill that they do a lot of times where it's called a distraction drill. And there was distraction there, but really great concentration there by Cathcart.
There's a flag here, second one of the day.
We'll take a look at that after the extra point. We'll get another shot of that instant replay. Looks like the Comets are going to go for 2. This is something that they've done quite a lot the last couple of years. If they get the opponent to jump, they'll move the ball up to the 1.5.
And there it does sit at the 1. Comets currently up by 13. Are electing to skip past the 1-4, go right to the 1-5. As it is Speaker back in as quarterback. Reinhardt right behind him. And it will go to Reinhardt, who has a chance to bulldoze in there. Waiting on the call. Looks like he might have fallen a little bit short there. So they took the risk on the 2 points. Did not come up with it. But what a play from Cathcart. Like you mentioned, great concentration there on that one.
Here it is, and you could see that right there. The defensive back was there and went up. It looked like it went right through his hands. And Brady was there. He had both feet down, and he made the catch. Comets are up 20-7.
Carter Thielen was the one looking for the first interception on the Titan side this season. Instead slips through his hands. Cathcart following through on that play. A lot of players would have just given up, maybe try to get up to stop the player in Thielen from advancing farther after that interception. Or he would have just taken a step in the end zone, of course. But still for Cathcart, what a play to start off his season for the Comets. So a miss on the 2-point conversion after that touchdown from Cathcart will leave the score at 20-7. Still in favor of the home team, North Polk. Camden Davis, the one to kick this one off. From his side on the 40, 2 are back far for Lewis Central. will be kicked to the back lines there. And that will not be the same player in Ross as before, but he will still cut through a little bit and get down at just about the 30 to start off the drive for the Titans.
Yeah, it was Braxton Parks on the return. Not sure you really either want to kick it to either one of those two guys back there. They're both good players. 1st and 10 for Lewis Central, their own 33-yard line. They'll be on their right hash. We'll see what they come out with right now. They're down 2 scores.
It is Coral, the quarterback. Still have not seen a sub in for him. And he will take it back to throw. He will get a quick conversion here, and right at the line again, he will sneak through just in time. That is Parks once again with the play there to get an automatic first down through the Bulldoze. So
Coral's been impressive. He throws a really nice ball. It's accurate.
At the 45 now for the Titans, still on their side. Have yet to cross midfield on a play rather than a kickoff return, as that one will sneak through. Very close to midfield, but still not quite cracking it. That is Doss, the running back, getting a few, bringing it to about the 48 now.
Interior of the Comet line on the stop there.
So now 2nd and 7 for Lewis Central. Have not picked up many first downs in this game so far. Looking for it here. Another handoff here to Doss. They're giving him his chance, and he will be stopped right at midfield by the Comet defense.
Like there was Simon Hauser on the tackle there, number 62. Simon's playing both ways tonight. Right now we've got Cole Rumbaugh in there playing defensive right end. Simon's at defensive right tackle. Calvin Heitzman's the nose, number 27, and I'm not quite sure who that rush end is over there on that far side. Hard to see. I'll see if I can pick up his number.
3rd and 5 here right at midfield. A lot of pressure, and he will be brought down. A collective sack for the Comets, and that will bring up yet another 4th down against Lewis Central in this game. Still in the first quarter.
A lot of Comets in there on that play.
Hauser might have come up big again there.
Heitzman, Hauser. Archer Happ is playing that rush end now in place of Tylon Checkenbeck. Big loss for Lewis Central there. And we'll see if they get a good snap this time.
They were trying to pick up their 2nd touchdown of this quarter, with the Comets scoring 3 here to try to get a little closer back in this game. Obviously still a lot more to go here. We're not even through the first 12 minutes. But we are under a minute in this quarter. That is a better snap, and that is a very near punt block, but it still will go over to the guy out there. Number 14 for the Comets will be brought down at the 27.
That was Gus Schaefer on the return there for the Comets. A lot better snap for Lewis Central that time. But Quinn Tepley, evidently he's feeling no effects of that earlier situation in the first quarter. He just about had the block there. Comets will have the ball 1st and 10, their own 27. They'll be on their right hash.
And Tepley is definitely doing okay. He's going to the far side of the field here. Receiver way out there for the Comets. As it will be Speaker there, and he will hand it off to his reliable running back in Reinhardt. He will break
Reinhardt
through
broke it.
to the 50, to the 45, 40. Just one man to beat. Blocking coming in. 25, 20, 15, 10. 5 gets not brought down. Touchdown, Comets. Reinhardt, have yourself an opening night. 2 touchdowns on his side.
73 yards. Boy, it looked like he was going to get stopped early in that, but it broke open, and he made a nice move. He really did a nice job of using that block down there
From
late in the
Cathcart.
run. Yeah, I thought he was going to get taken down short of the goal line, but he really did a nice job with that. Really good job up front by the Comet offensive line.
North Polk will not go for 2 here, at least to start. Do get a jump, but don't snap the ball, so we will keep going here. That low kick does sneak in once again, 27-7. How about the biggest rushing play of the night, coming off of 73 yards for Reinhardt. 27-7 in favor of the home team, having themselves a pretty good opener here. And we're still in the first quarter.
That's got to be the longest run, I believe, of Rhino's career. I don't think he broke one for that long. It looks like he's a little bit tired there too. So I have to talk to him about that one after the game. Really nice. Again, a nice job up front by the Comets. They really blocked that well.
The senior for North Polk, showing that he still has it in his senior season.
And as we mentioned earlier, Carson did a nice job of letting that late downfield block set up for him.
Cathcart following through with his teammate. Always want to see that. Always want to see a push from your offense, even if they're not the ones with the ball. And they made it happen, and that led to the big touchdown for the Comets.
You know, that's one of the things too about those guys out on the edge. You know, they don't get a ton of balls thrown to them, but boy, they can be difference makers on plays like that. Because they spent some time blocking in practice, I can assure you that.
Camden Davis back up to kick. He's been here a couple times before. That will be a dribbler down to the 25, 23 before it rolls out. And that will be a flag against him. Maybe trying to minimize the risks from the good returners for the Titans.
Yeah, maybe not a bad idea there. Lewis Central will get the ball on their own 35, but as you mentioned, it minimizes the chance of a big return there. And Comets have played pretty well on defense so far, and so you know, Lewis Central hasn't really established their running game yet. Of course, they're down 3 scores.
There's not been a cross from midfield besides the kickoff from their running back, as that will be a big play. They will finally get past midfield. One play to do it, jumps down to the 45 on the opposing side.
It was Jeffress, number 14, who caught the little swing pass out of the backfield. Big gain for Lewis Central on that play.
Looks like they will mark it at the 44. That is where they will start on first down here. Maybe one more snap before this quarter ends. They will take it off, and that will be Dosh trying to build up a big run. Big time moves there to get to just about the 37 on the opposing side, and that will finally close up the first quarter. How many times do you see 34 points in 12 minutes?
Not often, not often. That was a nice run by Doss. Their initial hit by Reinhardt on there, and Jace Chapman made the tackle there, number 10 for the Comets. He's a strong safety on defense.
Doss able to stay on his feet very well on that play.
As we mentioned earlier, Archer Happ has come in to replace Talon Checkenbach at that defensive end for the Comets. The linebackers for North Polk are Bennett Rolling. He's playing the strong side linebacker. Tate Lippencott's in the middle. Tate's only a sophomore, and the weak side linebacker is Carson Reinhardt. Now he'll alternate with Josh Weig at that position as well. Tepley's the boundary corner. Carter Harris is the field corner. Brady Cathcart's the free safety, and as I mentioned, Jace Jetman is the strong safety for the Comets. Now they will rotate some guys in there to try to keep people fresh.
So we flip the field here. Lewis Central still on the Comets 44 there, looks like. 37, sorry.
Looks like
that will be a rush to start from the quarterback in Coral.
I think that's their other quarterback, number 3.
Number 3, you are correct.
Yeah,
Dahlheim.
Dahlheim. He was their second leading passer last year. He's also starting defensive back for the Titans. Looks like Matthew.
A rush off here to Doss. He gets another chance to break it out, trying to break out of the defender's grasp of his foot, and he will charge to the 25.
Yeah, he broke some tackles on there on that play. It was a nice effort by Doss. Number 72, Beckett Anderson, is in there, down lineman on defense for the Comets.
Doss has been the biggest force for Lewis Central, and I guess the Comets has the only touchdown on the Titans side with a kickoff return. Took it to the house. About 75 yards on that one. A rush out here from Dahlheim. He will rush it in himself. Sneaks past one, cannot sneak past the head down of the other. That will be rolling with that tackle.
Looks like he was trying to get the ball downfield on that sprint out pass action, but chose to tuck it and run. He picked up a couple yards on the play.
Looking like on the 28 for the Titans. Facing a third down play. On the 23, apologies. 2nd and 8. Dahlheim getting this whole drive so far. And he will take a quick throw way up and way over. That will drop off the hands of the Lewis Central player there, number 0.
Looked like they were trying to throw a little bubble screen over there to the wide side of the field, and Dahlheim just overshot him over there. He had him open.
That was Thielen, number 0, trying to collect that one out of the air. And so it will be 3rd and 8, still on the 23. Still Dahlheim in there. We'll see if Thielen can get himself some revenge. On the close hash here on the right of your screen. And we'll have a timeout.
Yeah, looks like a little communication mix-up there for the Titans, so I'm going to call a timeout as opposed to losing the yardage there.
First timeout that they've taken in this half. The Comets already took one earlier before going for a 4th and 9. So still 3rd and 8 here on the opposing 23 for the Titans. This is the closest in normal plays that they have made it to the end zone. Also the first drive that they've made it past midfield. The only score for them, Braden Doss kickoff return. Took it all the way to the house. And I believe the 2nd time that he received the ball back there.
One of the big things is that the coaches are reminding the Comets right now too. You're up 3 scores, but you can't relax. You got to play like it's a scoreless game, because that's the biggest thing you have to guard against. This guy's thinking, well, this game's in the bag, but there's a lot of game left.
Yeah, you think, oh, we're up by 20, but it's still just the start of the 2nd quarter. So much scoring in the first has led to a big lead right now for the Comets. As Dahlheim will take that one, he will throw it through the air, right back over to number 0, the reliable Thielen, to scoop that one up and advance them a little bit farther, right over to the 9.
Brought the little slot receiver there, Thielen, from the right side of the formation. They just drug him across the middle and hit him with a short, quick pass there. Made a nice play on that. Looks like it's inside the 10, so it's 1st and goal for the Titans.
On the 9, 1st and goal for him. Over to Dahlheim, looking on the left side, and he will pass it over there to number 14. Will he split through to the ends? And they say no, he stepped out of bounds at the 2. He did dive in there successfully, but not before stepping on the white tape.
I think Jace Jetman is on the play over there defensively, and looks like he's shaken up.
That was number 14 in Jeffress to collect that one. As there will be another quick check on for the Comets. 3rd time that stoppage has gone on them to check on one of their players. So it is, as mentioned, Jetmans. His teammate in Tepley checking in on him. Tepley, the 2nd one to go down injured, but is back in this one. 2nd and goal from the 1 here for the Titans. Have themselves 2, maybe 3 attempts to get into the end zone here. Don't know if they want to go for a field goal when they're down this much and this close to getting themselves their 2nd touchdown of the day.
I think that thought probably is way far away on a back burner, like a back burner that is
one that was left on heat, as that will be a rush there, and that will be in for Lewis Central. Don't need any more downs, as that will be number 14 getting it once again. That will be Jefferis to score the second touchdown of the day for Lewis Central. Point after coming on here.
So that cuts it to a 2-score game now.
And slowly but surely that missed 2-point conversion could come back to the Comets. Currently they lead by 14, but that is barring this extra points. The hold, the kick, pretty good kick in there, and it will be a 13-point lead now for North Polk.
That was Connor Hathaway on the hold there for Lewis Central.
27-14 in favor of the Comets. 10 minutes in the second quarter still. But just about the longest time that the Comets have gotten the break on the offensive side. They will come back out here shortly after this kickoff.
Both teams have been able to move the ball. They've gotten some chunk plays here, which is, one of the things that probably is typical for an opening game of the season. You see some big plays. You talk about eliminating those, but they invariably are going to happen. And we'll see what Lewis Central does on the kickoff here.
And the big plays for both sides have mostly come off of their running backs, whether that's through kick return or through plays on the ground. The running backs have been the biggest parts for both sides. We talked about it with Lewis Central, and the Comet side in Reinhardt has also been very involved.
Tepley and Schaefer are going to be deep for the Comets.
Another kickoff here to the Comets. Usually been Schaefer who's been the one to pick it up. This one it will be Tipley. He will rush into the 20 to the 25, trying to break through the middle, 30, 35, but no blockers to help him there. And that is as far as he will get, down at the 35.
Pretty good return, though. Pretty good field position for the Comets to start out here. Kind of see what they have in mind now for this series of downs.
Even with all this scoring, we are only a total of 22 minutes through this one, or 14 minutes that is. 12 minutes in the first quarter and 12 in the second. Only 2 have gone by. But in 14 minutes of game time, we have ourselves a pretty big score, 27-14. All the receivers bunched up on the near side here for the Comets. As it is Speaker back out there for this drive, at least to start it. Heitzman will be the back. A bit of a delay here before we start off this drive. Looks like they are resetting the chains for the line to gain. Always important to shout out a thankless job following the teams. As that will be a rush there, not get too far. And just a few yards for the Comets on that first down play. They're saying they got it. Lewis Central is saying that they have the football.
I thought I saw some guys on the sideline jumping up and down. They looked like the ball may have come out, but
at this point, it does look like the referees are still saying in Comet possession. It's hard to tell what happened when they were in the mix there for the Comets.
Yeah, it's going to be second down.
2nd and 8 for them. They did get 2 yards on that play. Speaker will be collecting this one. He will rush for it himself, cut through a defender, cannot cut through a second. And that will be down at the 40 for him.
And they faked the jet sweep to the wide side of the field there. Tommy kept the ball, went off right tackle.
It was Caves coming through on that jet sweep. Did not collect the ball, but did his best to act like it. 3rd and 6 now for the Comets. All the receivers on the near side, at least to start here for Speaker. And he will look to that side, and he will throw it over to number 1. He will just barely collect that one, but will not be able to sneak through. There is a flag, possibly a roughing the passer. That was Davis Caves.
It's a little inside screen to Davis, tried to come back up through the middle.
It will be against Lewis Central on that penalty.
It was a roughing the passer penalty, so.
So while that play could not get them 6 yards, that penalty will.
This will be a 15-yard or two. They're going to mark it off. It's going to take it down to the about the Lewis Central 43. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Comets.
An easy cross to midfield for them. They will now be in opposing territory. 1st and 10 from the opposing 48. This one will be snapped there by Speaker over to number 2 in Cathcart. He will get a couple. He will get to the 40, and that is as far as he will make it.
Again, a little quick screen out. Cathcart.
So it will be a 2nd and 2 here for the Comets. 2nd and 7. Apologies. This one over to Speaker. He will rush it himself. Cannot sneak back. The ball is out. The ball is out, and that is down on the ground. All by one man for Lewis Central. That is Walling.
Ball got stripped away there on that play. Nice defensive play by Walling.
Was able to get that ball out and then follow through himself. Maybe if he stayed on his feet, he could have taken it all the way, but wanted to secure the possession for the Titans.
But Walling came in there hard. We did not get him well blocked at all. And kids are coached to try to rip that ball out, and that's exactly what he did. So 1st and 10 Lewis Central on their own 47.
Best starting field position for them today.
We'll see what they call here on 1st down.
That will be a toss over to number 2 in Braxton Parks. He will rush through. He will get down on the hurdle, and he will make it to the 47.
Parks on that jet sweep action. Comets played that pretty well.
Dahlheim is in as the quarterback right now for Lewis Central.
Yeah, no gain on the play, so it's 2nd and 10. Comets really strung that out well, did a nice job of running. Parks has got some speed.
So we'll remain at the 47, still on their own side here. 2nd and 10. Drop back from Dahlheim. A big throw and a good collection, but a big hit from the Comets.
There's Tepley on the tackle there. That was a nice play by him. He's showing no ill effects of that play early in the 1st quarter. Picked up about 2.
Not a big as a gain as they probably wanted on that 2nd down. Brings it to 3rd and 8. They have not been able to convert too many 3rd downs in this one. So will be Dahlheim dropping back to pass. Looking for one of his trusted receivers. Will throw it through the middle. Now will be Parks coming down with that one. Great collection from Parks through the defense. Number 2 to number 2 action there, and the offensive side got the better of Cathcart's.
Really nice catch by Braxton Parks. That was good coverage too. Cathcart was right there. But a big play for Lewis Central. 1st and 10 on there on the North Polk 26.
Big time play. Lewis Central looking for a bit of momentum on this drive to carry through. Dahlheim is putting it through the air well, but instead will go to the ground right there, and Doss will move a couple. He'll get through the middle, and that will be a touchdown for the Titans.
That run there shows you why he was an all-state running back last year. He broke a tackle, ran right through, so some nice speed. It's a nice run.
Doss messed up the ankles of the first defender he saw, and from there, right cut down the middle to the end zone. Lewis Central doesn't even need to get to 1st and goal to put themselves on the board. Comets still leading by 7, but that is right now a missed 2-point conversion, I should say. Has given Lewis Central a chance. With that one going through, they will now only be down 6, so a touchdown plus extra point could mean the first lead of the night for the Titans. Closest that this game has been in a while if you're the Comets going back on the offensive side. At one point, this game was 27-7. We talked about not relaxing, not feeling like this game is over before it's over. And just like that, the Titans have scored 14 unanswered against North Polk.
And you know, it's not a deal of kids relaxing either. It's just Lewis Central is just starting to execute now. They've been patient. They didn't panic being down 3 scores. And you know, they're a good team, from a good program, and they've been in situations like that before. Again, we talked about earlier about, you know, how you're going to respond to adversity. Well, they've responded pretty well right now. They brought it from a 3-score game. Now it's 27-21, right back in it.
Just want to bring it up after we talked about it on pregame. Coach Jerry Walker joining me here, retired coach for the North Polk football team. If you were still on the sideline there coaching, what would you say to these guys right now as the game is getting closer and closer with each drive?
You know, we got to just keep playing one play at a time. You know, if something bad happens, you just go to the next play. That's all you can do. If you start to dwell on things that have happened, then you really put yourself in trouble.
Another dribbler there. That might be a good starting field position. That one up in the air, but collected by the Comets just barely. I believe that was number 13, Carson Reinhardt, getting action on the kickoff side as well. Gets himself that collection to make sure the Comets hold on to the ball.
Kind of looks like Lewis Central has decided to forego the deep kicks and squib them or punch them and then, you know, give up the field position. But
we've seen it go both ways in this game.
Yeah, you take away the chance of that big return then.
So it is Daggett back in as quarterback here for the Comets. We have not seen QB number 3 here, but we have seen number 2 in Daggett. We'll get the start in this drive. We'll take a deep throw early, and that one almost scooped up, but there is a flag on the play. We might see ourselves some pass interference. We'll have to wait on the official call there, but that was Tepley number 4, almost still made that collection, but he is down on the ground right now. Second time that he has been down. First time he was able to walk under his own power and obviously come back in this game. That was early in the first quarter. Here in the middle of the second, he is once again standing up. Limping a little bit, favoring one side there, but will make it under his own power to the sideline. It looks like they're calling back that flag as well.
I was going to say, I'm not sure what the flag would have been downfield here because it looked like pretty good coverage.
That's probably what the umpires, the referees were discussing for sure. Did see them have a little discussion before picking up that flag. It will be 2nd and 10 here for Dagger. He will rush it, but he will not make it very far. Good collection from the Lewis Central D.
Momentum has certainly switched over right now. Lewis Central is really feeling it right now. They're playing a lot better.
Absolutely, and it's still not even at halftime at this point. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. 3rd and 11 for the Comets. You feel like the momentum might fully favor Lewis Central if they can get this last stop. Maybe even carry to the offensive side, as before that snap, we have ourselves a break timeout here. Comets taking a timeout before facing this 3rd and 11 play.
Well, there's a little confusion there as to what the formation needed to be, and again, they called a timeout to alleviate the penalty on that.
Second timeout for the Comets. They have just one more in this half. Titans still have 2. As I can see, Tipley still on the sideline, just stretching out his legs as best as he can. It's still good to see him standing, obviously, being able to stand under his own power. So a bit of discussion from the Comets offense. And North Polk will head back for their 3rd and 11. 4:45 still in the second quarter of this ball game. Comets started off with a big lead all the way up to 27-7 before the Titans have come rushing back to make it a 27-21 ball game. Very important 3rd down for both sides. Home team trying to convert it. That one from Daggett. We'll be able to get the throw off, and we'll be able to collection. A hard hit there on number 12 in Weig, but he is able to hold on, and a big, big first down for the Comets.
Really a nice tackle. Pretty good coverage by Camden Dahlheim there for the Titans. A nice catch by Weig, but appears that there was a holding penalty on the Comets, so that's going to set them back 10 yards. Really a nice throw by Daggett on that play, too.
Penalty has not been favoring the Comets in this drive. Had a flag picked up that more than likely would have favored them, but then they had this flag given on them for that holding, as you mentioned. Now 3rd and 21. We'll see if Daggett has himself yet another big throw in him. And he will step back to throw. Will be a short screen play here, and it was dropped. A big hit after. That was Schaefer, or Jetmans, that was, who was trying to collect it. It was 14 on the other side with that late hit in Jeffress.
Comets were looking for a call there, but didn't get it, so it'll be 4th and long. This will be the first punt of the night for North Polk.
I was just thinking the same thing. The Comets have been very efficient. They've gone for 4th down twice and have not failed to pick it up. But on this one, a bit too high on the standards if they were to hit this 4th and 21. So instead, they will go punt it through the air.
Jude Mortensen is deep for Lewis Central.
Almost another punt block, but instead will bounce favorably for Lewis Central for a moment. Will stay on their 45.
About a 35-yard punt from scrimmage with no return. They had some pressure on the punter there, too, on that time, so that's something that we'll have to be aware of for we punt the ball.
Jude Mortensen was the one waiting for that one, but it fell in front of him, so he elected to just let it bounce around and see where it dropped, and it dropped at the 45 for the Titans. Yet another good stint of field position for him to start off a drive. 4:18 still in the second quarter here. That will be a handoff to start here for Doss. He has another chance to break out big and will cross midfields.
So I think Lewis Central is kind of getting into where they want to be now offensively. Try to run the ball, establish that run. It's a nice pickup on 1st down. Picked up 7, so got a lot of things available to him on 2nd and 3.
Still Dahlheim is the quarterback. It's been a little while since we've seen Coral, but Dahlheim has done what is necessary to bring the Titans close in this matchup, trying to bring them ahead. Doss on that 7-yard rush moves it to 2nd and 3. As Dahlheim will take this one, he will look to the air, he will throw it up, low ball, and it goes right through the glove of Parks. A little bit higher, Parks was ready to collect that one, but instead 3rd and 3.
Boy, I thought he might have picked that up, but guess not. We'll go with the call on the field there.
Parks went down on the ground, trying to make sure he scooped up that ball. Falls just short of that, but it will still be 3rd and manageable for the Titans. We'll see if they go to Doss again. Got a 7-yard pickup to start off this drive. See if he gets the call to pick up 3. He will get the call, and he will pick up 3. He'll pick up a lot more. He'll start rush through the defense, bulldozes his way into a player, and that is how he will go down. That is number 1 in Davis Caves to bring him down. Doss, I should say, tempted Caves in that one. Went right into him instead of trying to cut outside. But Caves able to get the better of that, bring him down. 1st and 10 on the opposing 30, as Doss will get the call once again, but this time the Comets are ready. Gets a pickup of about a pair on that rush. Definitely been the biggest factor for the Titans so far in this game.
Boy, he's a good running back. He averaged almost 9 yards a carry last year through the course of the season, and you can see why. He runs with power, and he's got some speed too.
2nd and 8. Dahlheim will take the snap. He'll look to the air, and he will take to the air a big end zone shot, wide open, sneaks through. Did he make it in?
He's short. He went out of bounds short.
Out of bounds. Thought maybe the referees were going to discuss it, but they will call it as out of bounds. He did his best to stretch the football over the pylon there, but will fall short at the 2. Big play from Parks once again.
Davis Caves was on the coverage there for the Comets.
Parks has definitely been the main receiver so far for Lewis Central.
Comets, we need to cover a couple guys out there. They called a timeout.
Last timeout of the quarter, of the half, I should say, for the Comets. And as you mentioned, they needed to have themselves a little bit of a better coverage before that snap went off. So they will take some time to discuss. 2:35 still in this 2nd quarter. We're talking about Braden Doss, the running back for Lewis Central, just a junior, so still has another year in him, alongside Braxton Parks, who just had that last pickup. So 1st and goal at the 2 here for the Titans. Touchdown plus extra point would give them their 1st lead of this game. How many times do you see 48 points in 2 quarters of work?
Yeah, it's going to turn it into a video game kind of deal.
Deep balls
with
until
all
it
these
works.
Points.
Timeout on the other side.
Lewis Central calls a timeout.
So now Titans have 1 timeout. Comets are empty. So no matter what, next time they come up, they will be snapping the ball. Comets had the home field advantage early in this one. Got the first 2 scores unanswered. Eventually led to 27-7 advantage before the Titans have come rolling back here. We might have ourselves another touchdown before this quarter ends. Still 2:35 left. So even if the Titans do or don't make it in, the Comets will most likely have their chance to respond. So everybody coming back out for a 3rd time. Still Dahlheim behind the center. Doss still the running back. Someone to watch here for 2 yards. Looking for 2 yards. He will bulldoze in, and yet another touchdown for Doss. Ties up this ball game 27-all. So here's a big moment for both sides. Titans looking to put the extra point through and take their first lead of the night. Comets will be looking for a miss or a block to keep the score tied at 27. The hold, the kick is good, and that is the first lead for the Titans, 28-27. Still 2:30 left in the second, so Comets will have their chance to put one more touchdown on. You talked about the away crowd in the Lewis Central fans traveling far and wide to come to this game. Not the best start for their side, having to watch their team go down big, but it has turned right back around.
They're enjoying this part of the game a lot more than they were enjoying the first part, I'm sure. Well, we'll see what North Polk can get going on offense when they get the ball back. And again, the last couple times, Lewis Central has kicked the ball fairly short, so
they have definitely gone for their dribblers.
The guys up front need to really be alert here.
They are still leaving two in the back to try to collect this kickoff. It is still Tepley and Schaefer. That one is a kickoff. That will go a little bit higher, and it will be Tepley. Good to see him back in the game after 2 injuries for him. Coming back in, bringing it over to the 29, as that is where this drive will start for the Comets. Now down for the first time today. So yet another go-round for North Polk, trying to head into halftime with the lead. Speaker still the quarterback here for the Comets. They've switched between him and Daggett from time to time, but it is Speaker in possibly their last offensive drive of the half. 1st and 10 from the 30. He will hand it off to start, bouncing off one defender, getting brought down from the other, and that will be a rush of just a few for the Comets. I do believe that was Reinhardt's. And another injured player, this time on the Lewis Central side. He will get checked on.
Looks like it's Kane Colpitz, I believe, is number 16. I think that was the number. He's an inside linebacker for him. He's in on the tackle.
It's for the Titans, not the Comets.
Yeah.
So he will get helped up, and he will get assisted off the fields. Looks to be number 15 for Lewis Central.
Okay, that was Ethan Bergman. He's another one of the
Bergman.
linebackers. Can't tell if he rolled an ankle or exactly what happened.
Definitely a part of that play against Reinhardt. Couldn't tell if he was the one that Reinhardt broke through or the one that Reinhardt got brought down from. But he will be standing off on the sideline, hoping that his team can get the 2nd and 9 stop. A step up here for Speaker. He will throw it over to his receiver, trying to break through a couple more yards out of bounds, as that was Cathcart with yet another catch in this half. Looking beyond over to the 35, as we do have ourselves a penalty.
That was a sideline warning against Lewis Central. So
yeah, so
there's
warning,
no penalty.
not a
on the
penalty.
play.
Yes.
So first down, 1st and 10 from the 43 for the Comets.
Under 2 minutes to go before halftime in this one. That will be a run there for Reinhardt. He will attempt to cut through the middle, but will not get too far, as he gets pulled away by a couple defenders for Lewis Central. Number 74, Michael Girillo, one of those in on the tackle. As Girillo was also trying to get off the field, he is stumbling, he is down, and it looks like he was hurt. He was doing his best to rush off to the side before the snap went off for the Comets. He stumbled his way down and eventually laying down where he is now.
Looks like he might have a cramp. Well, the game last year down in Lewis Central was played in. There was the temperature was a little warmer there last year than it is here today, and quite a bit more humidity, and there was a lot of guys were dealing with cramps last week. Looks like Girillo is up, and I think that's probably what happened there.
He did look okay coming up from that play. He was
Yeah.
excited about it, and then coming off the sideline, he just could not make it. So 2nd and 9 from the 44, still on the side of the Comets. Speaker will try to make something big happen. We'll look right, look left, and take it left. And that will be another ball out, but that will go out of bounds. That was to number 36, Carter Harris. That one getting knocked out of his hand there as he was trying to break through a couple defenders. But luckily for North Polk, it went out of bounds before the Titans could make a collection. That will go down as 3rd and 9, still on the 44 for the Comets. Speaker will take this one, look to the air, throw it through the air, the turn back, and that will be off the glove of the receiver there for the Comets. That was Quinton Tepley trying to make that collection, but good coverage from the corner for the Titans.
That's good coverage by Jude Mortensen, number 13. It's up a 4th and 9.
And it looks like they will set up to punt. They've gone for 4th down twice in this game, have picked up touchdowns off of both. Will not risk it on this one.
Yeah.
Now down 1 in this game.
Not great field position to do that here.
Able to pick that one up and punt it over to the awaiting player for Titans. He will drop it. That is a chance to pick up, but he will pick it back up himself, and he will go down right past the 20.
That was Jude Mortensen back there deep for the Titans.
We just talked about his good coverage. Bobbled that ball there, but able to pick it up before the Comets came in themselves. So they'll mark it at the 21 for the Comets, the Titans that is, the first time that they have a drive with the lead in hands.
Be interesting to see what the play selection is here for Lewis Central. They've been able to establish the run. Doss he's run the ball hard the last couple of series that they've had the ball.
Believe still Dahlheim here, and they will take a knee. They look to be satisfied with their lead going into half.
Now, North Polk can't stop the clock because they've got no timeouts left.
The only timeout for either side is the one for the Titans. That doesn't look like they'll be using it. Lewis Central had a little over a minute to work with, but elect to just take it to half, as they will go there leading 28-27. Comets jumped up in the big lead to start this one off, 14 unanswered before eventually going up 27-7. But the Titans 21 unanswered, and that is how they will head to halftime with the lead in this high school football opener for both sides.
Kind of an interesting ending to the first half, because you've seen like last few years a lot of times when teams have that much time left on the clock, a minute and 20, they'll see if they can break a big one to get something going and maybe try to get another score before half. But Titans elect to take a knee, and we go to half with the score 28-27 Lewis Central. And we'll be back in 20 minutes.
gentlemen. We will hit you with a couple trivia questions. If you've not noticed today, there was a game day guide, and I believe there's a QR code sent out via Bound. Pretty neat game day guide, so we're going to quiz you. We'll see who went through the game day guide today. Let's do a couple questions, then we'll enjoy our march of day. Question number one, what is the current enrollment of North Polk High School? Current enrollment, North Polk High School. 635 is correct. 635 if you said that. And I'll do one more question. What year was this stadium built? Common Stadium right now that we are in, what year was this stadium built? '13. 2013. Okay, we'll do one more. One more, folks. We've got some new stuff happening at North Polk High School, so we've got some people in new positions in our building, so let's give a round of applause. Our new high school principal, Rob Sinclair, new assistant principal, Lindsay Ghost, new dean of students, Kelly Williamson, and our new activities director, Zach Summers. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field for tonight's halftime performance by the North Polk Marching Comets. They are under the direction of student drum majors Stella Weir, Sam Phillips, and Grayson Sophie. The Marching Comets proudly present their 2026 production, Celestial Reckoning, featuring music from Unbroken, Angels in the Architecture, Amazing Grace, Reapers by Muse, and Buried Requiem. Please welcome to the field the North Polk Marching Comets.
Second half of baseball here at North Polk, football here at North Polk. The Comets are currently down 27-28 after going up a total of 27-7 early on. The Titans have come racing back. 3 straight touchdowns for them has put them in the lead, as they will also get the ball back here to start off this second half. I am Braden Jones here with the retired coach for North Polk football in Jerry Walker. What do you think was the halftime speech?
Hard to speculate. We got to make some adjustments. We got to play better. We've got to do a better job stopping the run defensively, because Doss has kind of been running up and down the field after they got rolling a little bit. We've got to do a better job. We got to try to establish something in the run game as well. We're not getting things blocked up front offensively, so just got to do a better job up there.
Speaking of run, that kickoff return went just about the 35, so that is where Lewis Central will start their first drive of this half. That one a long, deep ball over one of their players. He won't make it that far. Defenseman almost did for the Comets, but comes up just short. That was Jetmund on that defensive play.
Jay said good coverage back there on that. That was the number 25 for the Titans.
To be Leighton Edward, one of the first times that we've said his name today. 6-foot senior for Lewis Central, one of the wide receivers, but the main wide receiver that the Titans have gone to is Braxton Parks, number 2. That one bobbled, but eventually turned into a running play, a big-time run there to push him down a couple more yards. That is Braden Doss, the running back, who has had 3 of the 4 touchdowns today for the Titans. 2 as the running back and 1 as a kickoff returner.
We picked up about 6 on that.
Will be 3rd and 4 here for the Titans. Doss, as mentioned, has most of the touchdowns for the Titans today.
Good to see Talon back in the game, checking back number 11 for the Comets.
A big drop back and a big throw, but that might lose a little bit of yardage, as that will be a big defensive play for the Comets. Started off by Tepley and finished off by the rest of his teammates. Tepley with the initial pressure there, able to hold him down with some of his other teammates.
Was in on that tackle over there too. It was a nice defensive play over there. They needed that. That was big.
Now looks to be 4th and 8. They will punt it away quickly here. As you mentioned, checking back, good to see him, was the first one injured in this game for the Comets. One of the first plays of the game. Did not see him for the rest of the first half, but is back here for the second. Always good news, especially this early into the season. That's a bobbled ball. Don't know if he'll get the punt off. He does somehow. Won't go too far, but a lot better than the alternative. So that will bounce the wrong way, so it'll have to be collected by the Titans, but a lot better than the alternative of a block and possibly a touchdown return.
That's going to end up being about a 5-yard punt. And so the Comets are going to get the ball on the Lewis Central 42.
Field position has been a big factor for both sides, and starting off here for the Comets.
There's another special teams miscue there by Lewis Central, and we'll see if we can take advantage of that.
Eric Orrell as the quarterback. We saw a lot of Dalheim, or Speaker that is. Saw a little bit of Daggett throughout this game, but it is back to Speaker. A deep throw, open man, gets him, big spin. Trying to break past 2, can't quite, but a big reception for number 13 for the Comets.
Really nice wheel route there by Carson. Tommy put it right on the money too. He looked right and came back left.
Carson Reinhardt, the running back for the Comets, going out wide and making that big reception. He's had himself a couple big receptions in this game. Also been pretty efficient on the ground as well. 1st and 10 from the 17, the opposing 17.
That one was good for about 24 yards.
Speaker will hand that one right off to Reinhardt, but unfortunately for him, no dice. Reinhardt has been a little more efficient on the passing side than the running side, but they're still trying to get him going on the grounds. to match up against the opposing running back in Braden Doss.
We're just not getting that inside run block very well right now. With Lewis Central, as I mentioned earlier, they got the big guys up front. So we're having trouble moving them.
2nd and 10 for no gain on that last run from Reinhardt. Will be Speaker once again handing it off to him. Bobbles the ball, looking to keep it himself, and does not, and that might be a ball for Lewis Central. And they will call it ball for Lewis Central. That will be a collection for them from Walling.
Looked like Tommy was trying to run a read play there, and the mesh obviously was not good. Fumble on the mesh there, and Lewis Central recovered.
It was originally going to Reinhardt, but it did look like Speaker wanted to pull back late. Pull back a bit too late, as Reinhardt was still trying to hold on to that ball through the play. So basically like a long kickoff is where the Titans sit in their fielding position. Ball spotted on their 20. There'll be a quick handoff to Doss. He has been busy today, even busier here. Tried to stay up after his first collect. Will get himself to the 26.
Yes, Jet was on the tackle there along with Bennett rolling for the Cubs. Up second, about 5.
Looks like they marked it for 6 yards, so 2nd and 4 for the Titans. Come into this half with the 1-point advantage, trying to make it more, as that will be another handoff to Doss, trying to break through, gets tripped up, could have been a lot more. That will still be enough for a first down for the Titans.
Kind of running that same play where they give it to Doss. He's taking a step to the right side and then kind of breaks it back to the left, and they picked up good yardage. That run was good for a first down.
Ball spotted at 33 for the Titans. Seeing a lot of action on the ground here for Doss, but when he's picking up the yardage that he is, not as much of a need to pass, but he will pass. Core will take it back. Deep heave over to his player number 2, Braxton Parks, that is, and could not come up with the collection. Great defensive stop on the outler Parks for the Comets.
Jace Jetman there on the coverage. Quinn Tepley was also there. We kind of caught a break there because Parks looked like he was open. Ball just hung a little bit too off, or too long.
Bit of a wobbly spiral there. Even with Lewis Central so good on the running side, trying to prove that they can get some deep heaves as well, as it will be 2nd and 10 still from the 33 for the Titans. Quick throw here, a little bit of a screen play, and that will be a big play for Park. This time able to come down with it. Will be stopped at about the 42.
Quinn Tepley on the coverage over there.
Just short of a first down, so it will be a 3rd down and shorts for Lewis Central. 3rd and 1. Sitting at the 42, need to get to the 43 at least.
Need to stop here.
See if they go their reliable running back in Doss, or if they'll take to the skies. Or we'll hand it off to Doss. It is up to Doss to get one. He gets a lot more, bulldozing through 5 defenders to find his way near midfield.
Jetman, Tepley, and Lippincott for the Comets in on that tackle. Again, it's that same running play that they've been running for a lot of the game here.
Still on their side, but on the 49-yard line now. Trying to cross midfield in this 1st and 10. Under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd. This quarter moving a lot faster than the first 2, as it will be Horwell stepping up, moving, weaving, getting past a couple, getting right past midfield to the opposing 49, as that was Dahlheim in there, and he is coming up limping. So it was Dahlheim on that play. A little bit after that, but he will stay in the huddle, gets himself a pair of yards. 2nd and 8 on the other side of midfield. Dahlheim takes the snap, bobbles it, drops it, keeps it up, doesn't fall down himself, and is able to get back to the original line. Dahlheim taking a risk there, picking it up instead of jumping down on it, but it works in his favor to leave it at 3rd and 8.
You would think probably some sort of play action pass here right now. They might just give the ball to Doss and let him run it too, because he's been picking up good yardage.
Through the air or on the ground, they need 8. They will not give to Doss. Instead, they will go through the air to one of their receivers, and he is open enough to make that grab before the Comets can come over. That was Schaefer on the coverage there, as that is a 1st down for Titans.
Leighton Edwards was the catch there for the Titans. Made a nice catch on that. Was a nice throw by Dahlheim.
Dahlheim has seen a good amount of the drives in this game, kind of splitting reps between him and Coral, starting quarterback of this game. Switch the sides, and he will get the take. He will rush through a couple, still on his feet, pushing a couple players down with him near the 32.
Lippincott, Jet Vecino on the tackle there for the Comets. And again, same running play by Lewis Central that time. They just lined Doss up on the opposite side. He cut it back and he ran it back to the opposite way over there. They've been running a lot behind Kyler McNeil, number 78. He's their turning all-state lineman.
2nd and 4 here, as that was a 6-yard pickup for Doss. And gets the call once again. Will rush his way through, get pulled down, but he will get a little bit of extra yardage. Still 3rd down, but he gets close.
Calvin Heitzman on the tackle there. Lewis Central pulled the right guard. Just ran a little trap play back to the left side.
3rd and 1 here for the Titans. Already less than 4 minutes to go. If you were here for the first quarter, you know how long that one lasted. This one moving a lot swifter, especially with the Swifty running back in Doss. That will be a push forward, trying to get 1st down yardage.
I think that was Jeffress, ball carrier on that one, number 14.
For one of the few times this drive, it was not Doss getting the handoff, but it looks like it will be enough for a 1st down for Lewis Central.
Interior of the Comet line making that play. Comets need to stop.
On the 26-yard line here, the opposing one, 1st and 10 for the Titans. Have a 1-run advantage. 1-score advantage, I should say, as that is picked up and dropped. That was a tough throw there from Dahlheim. Could not be collected by his receiver there in Graham Lee.
The Central has kind of come into a pattern here on this drive of throwing the ball on 1st down, generally a play action type pass, then coming back and running Doss on 2nd. But we'll see what happens here.
It's still Doss back there, no surprise how effective he's been this drive and all game. Dahlheim takes it. He will go for a pass, but it'll be right over to Doss, and that will be a little bit too out of his reach as that falls down into the dirt.
Tried to hit him on a little swing route coming out here to the wide side, but threw it kind of low, kind of a tough one to pick up. Puts him at 3rd and 10.
You think they go to Doss again on
Well,
3rd and 10?
you know, sometimes you kind of wonder. You got a good thing going, and then you go away for it or from it, and now you've got yourself in kind of a.
That is a flag. I think it was a jump on the defense.
Neutral zone infraction. So that's going to make it 3rd and 5.
Now, more realistically, Doss's territory.
A little bit easier play call here. Because basically you've got 2 plays to make 5 yards. I'm not sure if they would try a field goal down here.
Haven't seen a field goal from either side today.
No, but I don't think a field goal makes a whole lot of sense. You got 2 plays to make 5 yards, and with him in the backfield, I think he just run the ball.
And run he does. He will cut up the middle. That will be an easy first down and an easy touchdown. Nearly untouched for Doss. Make that touchdown number 4 of the night for him. Titans have scored 5 touchdowns total in this game, 4 from the running back. Just a junior as well, so has himself his senior season upcoming. But to start his junior campaign, he is showing up big. They look to be going for the extra point here. Just thinking maybe there's a small chance they go for 2 to make it a 2-possession game. But instead, we'll take the 8-point advantage, assuming this kick goes in. That one will drift in, and it will be an 8-point advantage for the Titans. Now will be up to the Comets.
I think Lewis Central has kind of settled into what I kind of thought that they might try to do from the opening gun, really. They go up front. Their smallest offensive lineman is 240. They go 240, 305, 280, 285, and 305. And that size rivals some college lines today. And so, you know, I think it works to your advantage just to get behind those big guys and let them plow things out for you.
Tepley and Schaefer, still the players back there to receive this kickoff. See if it goes to either of them, or if the Titans go back to their down low kickoffs, bouncing off into the dirt. Have to wait and see on this one.
First score of the second half, and we're almost 10 minutes into it.
What a change, right?
Yeah, a little different from the first quarter, or first half.
Up 8. They'll kick this one off, and they will go back down low. That will go through the legs of one, but picked up by another. It will be a small return as he will bounce off one receiver, make it a big return. He will get near the 40. Reinhardt getting it done on the kickoff side after it goes through the legs of one of his teammates.
Carson made a nice play on pretty good field position now. 1st and 10 on the 40 is going to be on the right hash.
Good push through that one defender as well to get himself an extra 5-6 yards.
Looks like Christian Daggett is going to be in at quarterback.
They will mark it at the 40, so they will start at the 40-yard line for this possession. A pretty big one right now to try to keep them in this one-score game. As you mentioned, it is Daggett there. Send one of his receivers farther away, and we'll look for a different one, making the completion incompletion, that is dropped by the receiver that he was looking for. That was Harris.
Boy, he had him open, too. Looks like he might have been able to run for a little bit after making that catch, but couldn't come up with it.
One of the first times that we've said Harris's name tonight on the receiving side.
Has a well-thrown ball, too.
We've seen a lot of Cathcart, that is. We've seen a lot of Reinhardts on the receiving side, even though he is the running back. We've seen a lot of Tipley. Seen a little bit of Jetmans. That's from Daggett. Will be a screenplay set up. That one will both throw through a couple over to the 40, down close to the 35. What a big play on the screen for the Comets.
That was Calvin Heitzman out of the backfield. A nice run by Calvin. Looked like he might have had a little bit of a cramp there, but really nice play there by Calvin on that little swing play. Nice throw by Daggett. Here it is again on the replay. Really well blocked there.
Very good play there.
Calvin made a nice run. Looks like we got a cramp on the Lewis Central side over here.
First down from Daggett on that one as the plays kept going. That was an incompletion, so it will be 2nd and 10 as they will check on the injured player for Lewis Central. Yeah, just a good play there from Heitzman. Got past a couple defenders and then pushed through a couple others to get himself and his team in very good field position here. It might not be too hot per se, but the humidity is still definitely hanging around here.
Yeah, it kind of looks like some cramping here is maybe becoming a bit of a minor issue right now.
As that player for the Titans will get helped up and walk off his own power, jogging a little bit to get his legs back in it. As it will be a 2nd and 10 for the Comets. This one will be a throw here for Daggett, a deep throw. Will that make it over the defender? Yes, it will! What a catch for the Comets! Make that number 1, Davis Caves, with yet another big play. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. And on the replay, you can see there, very good play all around, just sneaking past over the defender for the Titans.
Kind of a stop or a curl route on the outside, and Davis ran kind of a corner route over there into that corner of the end zone. Just came up. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5, and
there will be a timeout for North Polk. After that big play, they will have themselves a momentary reset before facing 1st and goal. Very good play there for Caves. Got the first touchdown of this game for the Comets. Coming back up and getting them just 5 yards away from another one. .201 to go here in the 3rd quarter. As we've been talking about a couple times, a lot faster moving than either of the 2 quarters that we've seen passed in this game.
you kind of start to, I mean, you don't want to look too far ahead here, but you're thinking, okay, touchdown on this possession. Now, what's our 2-point play? The first 2-point play was unsuccessful, so, and you generally have, you know, at least 2 to 3 2-point plays that you've been working with and practicing, and so we'll see what transpires.
Daggett right behind center there. And he instead will hand it off, going for maybe 1 yard on that play, moving it to 2nd and goal.
Davis Caves with the ball carrier, stopped by the interior of the Lewis Central line.
Trying to give Caves the opportunity to score. He will sub out of the game, at least for the moment. Heading back to the sideline. Saw the same type of thing when Reinhardt got himself a very big completion to open up this game. He got the carry 2 straight times to give him the opportunity to finish off that drive. But with Caves now on the sideline, it will be someone else that is targeted for this one. Daggett will put it in the hands of Reinhardt. He will try to sneak through and he will be stuffed, but still trying to fight a couple more yards forward. Still will be 3rd and goal. Maybe 1 more yard there for the Comets.
McNeil, Infanger, their 2 returning All-Staters are playing on the inside of that defensive line right now. Tough going in there.
Still on the 4-yard line, 3rd and goal. Daggett will be the one to receive. Reinhardt will be right beside him. Daggett will give it off to Reinhardt. Reinhardt with a chance to slide in. He dives in. There's that much-needed touchdown for the Comets. And now it all comes down to the 2-pointer. Good to see Reinhardt getting back in the end zone. He's gotten in there multiple times now. You see on the replay there, able to just sneak right through the middle. Not too much opposition there. 33-35. Comets are still down 2, but that brings about this 2-point attempt. Daggett went all the way to the sideline to get the play call for this one.
Really a good play call there because you weren't expecting him to try to run inside there again. So I would think maybe kind of a play action pass.
It will be an attempt for Daggett to slide through, and he will get stuffed. He was trying to cut it inside, but a couple downs players put a pin in that and will leave the Titans in the lead by 2.
It's kind of a read play there, and haven't really run that a whole lot tonight. The idea behind it is to fake to that first back through, hope everybody collapses on that, and then you pull the ball and try to get to the outside, but didn't work out.
So North Polk will kick it back to Lewis Central down 2. The Titans now with a touchdown and extra point could push this to a 2-possession game. 34 seconds left here in the third quarter. A lot quicker moving than the start of this game. Both teams have gotten 1 touchdown each in this quarter, as it is still Lewis Central who reigns supreme right now. Big matchup between these two teams to start off the high school football regular season. Comets are ranked number 9, and the Titans are ranked number 5. It was a big start for North Polk, going up as much as 27-7 before Lewis Central has come roaring back to take the lead 1 point right before halftime, now with a 2-point advantage. That one, another dribbler down into the dirt, and it will be collected by Lewis Central, who have a chance to sell for a big gain. He will be cutting it through to the 50. He gets the midfield 45. 40 finally gets pulled down right before the opposing 40. And it looks to me it's the main man in Braden Doss who got that one. So great field position to start here for the Titans, trying to get their first 2-possession lead of this ball game.
And the special teams miscue by the Comets didn't tackle very well.
Starting on the opposing 42, it is Cornell handing that off to Doss. Gets himself another carry there. And will get himself maybe 1 yard, making it 2nd and 9. Lewis Central might let it run out. Under 10 seconds left in this quarter. And they have no rush to make it back to play. They will take it to the end of the third, up 2 right now. Just 12 minutes left in this game once the fourth quarter starts, as the Titans do lead by 2, 35-33.
A lot less scoring that quarter, but good football.
Start off as a North Polk domination, but it has become a pushing and shoving match between both of these sides. Both sides trying to keep their top 10 ranking to start off this season. The fans for both sides are getting themselves a pretty good game.
Yeah, this is a good opener. Boy, you find out a lot about what some of your strengths and weaknesses are in this first game of the season. Special teams have been an integral part of this one tonight. We've seen a kickoff return for a touchdown and a couple of other longer kickoff returns that have put teams in good field positions. A couple of snapping issues for Lewis Central in their punt game have hurt them. But right now they have a 2-point advantage going into the fourth quarter. So Comets need to get a stop on this possession.
We will see what they can do here. Lewis Central already on the opposing side thanks to a great kickoff return from who else than Braden Doss. As he will still remain out there as the running back for Lewis Central. Has not become too tired yet. Eric Coral, the quarterback there for the Titans. We'll see if he tries to take to the sky or if he'll trust in his running back, Doss. He'll trust Doss. Doss will rush for a lot more. Get down at about the 38. Or the 34, that is.
And we get another cramp.
Nearing the end of this game, that's definitely when you start to get a little more muscle strains after playing yourself nearly a full game of football.
It was Carson Reinhardt had the cramp. He's the one that made the tackle on that play as well.
Reinhardt pretty important to the Comets' offense and defense. On offense, he is the starting running back. Has gotten himself a couple touchdowns. So it'll be important to keep him healthy and going. As it will be 3rd and 2 after that gain from Doss. You think the Titans go for 4th down if they're stuffed in a 4th and 2?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe 2 stray hands off to Doss. We will see what happens as some of the offense shifts to the other side for the Titans. It will be Doss with the call, and he will spring through to just about the 31. And it doesn't look like they'll need themselves 2 straight handoffs to him. They only need 1 to get the next first down. Reinhardt steps back into the game. Good to see. Only missed 1 down there. Name of the game right now for Lewis Central, slow and methodical. Doss has gotten himself a lot of carries in this game, and that has just helped run down the clock. Titans are hoping, obviously, to cap it off with a touchdown. But running the clock down is a primary goal right now. And this will be a throw for the first time in a while, and it will be collected, and they will sneak through to the 20. And that is where this next first down will pick up. Will be Jace Jetmond on the tackle there. They're very quick up to the gun here for yet another one. Not a handoff to Doss. It will be over to a different receiver. He will cut through, and there's no one to stop him there. Another touchdown for Lewis Central, as that is Braxton Parks getting himself that end zone call.
A little quick screen over there to the wide side to Parks. And he just showed his speed. Nice run.
So that currently makes it an 8-point advantage for the Titans. This extra point, if it goes in, will give them the first 2-possession lead that they have had all game. And a good time to have it as well with time running down. Have to see what happens on this extra point. The hold, the kick, low but in there. And that will be 42-33 in favor of the visiting squad. The fans are pretty excited about that as their team has a 9-point advantage.
Looked like there may have been a little bit of confusion on Comet's secondary on that last play. Just looked like it was an easy pitch and catch for the Titans.
Screenplays, we've seen a couple of those from both sides. Sometimes they're snuffed out, but a good amount of the times they do get the yardage that they're looking for.
Yeah, we've done a pretty good job of defending those tonight earlier in the game.
So with 10:43 left in this game, we sit with 75 total points. 55 of those coming before the second half. So if you're a very offensive fan rather than defense, you're having yourselves a pretty good time watching this one. Both the main guys back there for the Comets. Same as before with Tepley and Schaefer. As this will be a low tapper. It won't even make Schaefer. He'll make it back to Reinhardt. Second straight time. He's picked one up, and he will bring it right past the 30. It does seem like both sides have elected to kick them down to the ground rather than give a chance for a fly kick and give them a chance for a big return. They will start at the 32 on their side. Comet's a very important drive here. At least have to put points on the board to make it a one-possession game. We have not yet seen a field goal in this one. See how close North Polk will get on this drive. First one here to Daggett. He will throw it over to one of his receivers, make it past the 35. As that will be Davis Caves with that one.
Nice block out there by Josh Weig. Tight end on that play.
Weig has not been too busy on the reception side. I believe only one reception in this game for him, but has been very important on the blocking side, as you mentioned. 2nd and 4 after that 6-yard reception. As this will be a run for Reinhard Hogue, his chance to turn his legs, trying to make it to the 40, but will be pushed back.
I think that was Calvin Heitzman on the carry that time.
And you are correct. Heitzman got himself a few yards over to the 39 now.
And it looked like Dahlheim was on the tackle there, number 3 for the Titans.
So it will be a 3rd and 4. Daggett, the quarterback in. Heitzman, the running back. All the receivers stretched out wide. One coming back around, but will not receive the ball, at least on the jet touch pass, as that will be a throw from Daggett. A very good throw on target. Did he hold on to the ball through the grounds? Incomplete. A long wait to see if that one was completed.
Kind of a late call there, I think.
That was number 12 in Weig trying to receive that one. We were just talking about him. Had it in his hands, but a big knockout from the Lewis Central D will force a 4th and 4 punts. 9:15 left to go in this game. Just one man waiting behind here for Lewis Central. Almost another block, but instead will make it over to the opposing side as that one will bounce out of bounds at about the 38. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 39 to 38 to start for Lewis Central. Doss, as expected, still back there as the running back. I believe Coral is the quarterback for the Titans. He will throw on a screen pass there to start. Try to break through 2 defenders. He cannot get that far, but still a reception there for number 18 for the Titans. That one will be taken by Doss right over to midfield, spinning right past it to the opposing 49.
Jace Fagan was the receiver on the previous play for the Titans.
First time we've seen him have action on the reception side, but does enough to get an 8-yard gain to set up the movements there from Doss. So 1st and 10 on the opposing 49. Titans lead by 9. So while a touchdown would be nice, running out the clock is probably also on the agenda for him. With just over 8 minutes left to go in this ballgame. Coral will take that one. He will fake the handoff, and he will go for the throw. Scoop back, get past the defense, make a running throw, and that is a great throw from Coral. Down the sideline, that might get all the way. Just one man to beat, slams into him inside the 10.
Gus Schaefer's on the tackle. They're really a nice play by the quarterback there. He broke a tackle, broke outside.
That's Graham Lee with the reception. Big time reception for him, taking it all the way to a 1st and goal situation.
Well, it looks like he may have stepped out of bounds over there.
Oh.
Because they're moving the...
On the far side there, so it's hard to tell, but it does look like he stepped a bit too far on the whites. That'll bring him all the way back to the opposing team's 39.
Yeah, so he was out of bounds way upfield here. But he had enough for the first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 Titans on the 39.
Bit of a break for the Comets. Not only is that not a bigger reception than it could have been, but also momentarily stopped the clock as they were figuring that out. Coral back there will hand it off to Doss. Doss gets himself a couple more, and it will be 2nd down.
So checking back on the tackle there, number 11. Urbacino coming back into the game, placing Simon Hauser for the Comets on the defensive front.
Second and 6 here from the 35. Coral will shift over some of his players before taking this snap. And hand it off to Doss once again. A few more yards for him. We'll push him to the 34.
A number of Comets are on the tackle there. The interior line, a couple of linebackers. And a lot of hats to the ball on that particular play.
You feel like North Polk is starting to get the idea. Be strong on the fronts. And it looks like it goes for no gain, so they do not give them that 1 yard. 3rd and 6 here for the Titans. We'll see if they go to the air to try to pick it up, or we'll trust in Doss once again. But before that, we have a timeout for Lewis Central to discuss this 3rd and 6.
They've been doing quite a bit of this shifting from the right side to the left, and it's forcing the Comet players. They play like strong side, weak side, and so they're having to shift their defensive people to get them in position to counteract what Lewis Central's doing, and they're not always quite set. Comets, that is, when the ball gets snapped down. So Lewis Central's kind of taking advantage of that.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining for the rest of this game. Just 6:31 left on the clock in this 4th quarter. Been some big shifts of momentum on both sides, most recently favoring Lewis Central, hence why they are in the lead by 9 right now. It took them a while in this game, but they finally got themselves a 2-possession lead. Comets once up 27-7 in the first half. So 3rd and 6, they do come out for this play. See if they go with the run or they'll trust Coral through the air. As it will be through the air for Coral, who has a chance to make a play. Deep shot all the way open, and that's a touchdown for the Titans. Can't leave someone unguarded like that, as that will be a 3-run possession, 3-score possession for the Titans, barring the extra point.
Breakdown in the coverage on that in the secondary, and Parks was wide open.
I do believe that was 25.
Was it Edwards?
I think it was Edwards, yes. I think just the 2nd time he's gotten himself a reception today, and that one a pretty major one. Titans currently up by 15, as they will fake it. Look for 2. Can't tell if it was a drop pass or not. He's still standing, so he gets himself a throw off, but it will drop down.
Yeah, the snap was bobbled, so it wasn't a fake initially. But
just a big time pass there to Edwards.
yeah, it was Edwards. Yep.
Left open, slides through there to the end zone. Unguarded for an easy throw for Coral.
You practice those PAT plays like that, it kind of looks like you can fake it from there at times, but if the snap gets bobbled like that, then you've got something that you run off of that. So that's what they were trying to do. Generally they give a fire call, and yet they yell fire, and so the guys know that they're breaking in. They're running a specific route on that.
So Lewis Central, a 15-point advantage right now, 48-33. Still a 2-possession game here. Makes it a little bit bigger of a task for the Comets. 6:24 left in this ball game.
Well, it pretty much eliminates the run game with this amount of time left. So Comets will be throwing the ball.
Reinhardt has definitely been decent in this game. Not as productive as the other side in Braden Doss, but has still done his job. But like you said, it might be time for the air. But first, we have ourselves another kickoff here. Kicked off from the 40. That will be another dribbler, and that will bounce away. Be picked up slightly there on the near side. As that was Tepley with that one, letting it bounce all the way to him before trying to return it. Looks like they stopped just short of the 25.
Kind of thought that ball was going to skip and go out of bounds too, but
might have been what Tepley was waiting on.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure he was doing that, waiting to see if it was going to go out of bounds.
So Reinhardt in the game there. Daggett, the quarterback. He'll get a chance to get his team within one possession. Assuming he can bring it all the way down the field. In the air right away for Daggett. A quick throw. Quarterback, receiver not on the same page there. Cathcart just kept running. And it was more of a chance for the Titans defense to get their first interception of the game.
Coverage in the secondary becomes a little bit more elementary here now, where the defensive backs have just been told, okay, keep everything in front of you. Don't let anybody get behind you. Don't get beat deep. Give up the stuff in front. And then just make tackles.
2nd and 10 here it is from the 25. So just about average field position. All the receivers push out a little bit farther. Set up here for Daggett. He will look for a throw. He will cut through the middle, and he will go for a running throw forward. And that is an open receiver for him as he goes down. That is Davis Caves, that is. Left pretty open in the middle there in the secondary. Able to make that collection.
It's a 35-yard pass play there. Nice throw by Christian. He stepped up into the pocket, avoided the rush, made a nice throw. Davis made a nice catch.
Daggett will go for yet another throw yet again to Caves. Gets the reception. Not as big as last time, but still moving down the field efficiently.
And again, now they're in their hurry-up mode.
Caves will check out after 2 plays.
They're going to huddle here now.
2 straight receptions for Caves to move them well down the field. It will be 2nd and 1. So a 9-yard reception there for Caves. Very quick draw for him. Daggett's been efficient so far. See if he keeps to the air. And he will. He'll look for a quick screen play. That is bobbled and pipped up in the air by the Lewis Central defense. Good play there from number 42, Walling. Sniff that out.
I think he got his hand on that, deflected it. Looked like they had it set up. They knew what they wanted to do there, so it's 3rd and 1.
Only positive right now is the clock is stopped, so they can huddle down and get their next play set up. Daggett will watch a receiver go by before taking this snap, and he will look in the air over to the left side, looking for somebody down the middle now, and that is dropped on an open play there for the Comets. That was Harris with that one. Might have come down a bit awkward as well. Daggett did what he needed to do, but just drops there by Harris, and he is still on the grounds. He did leap up to make that grab, I was thinking that he didn't need to leap up, seeing it was right to his chest, but he might have gotten himself a cramp that caused that little hop and drop.
Well, I think some guys, some younger receivers sometimes have a tendency to want to jump a little bit make a catch when they don't really need to, and that may or may not have been the case on that particular one, but looks like he's okay.
He will rush off to the sideline.
So now we got 4th and 1.
Obviously need to go for it if you're the Comets, so here we are. 4th and 1 for Daggett, that is. And he will give it off to Reinhardt, and Reinhardt will follow through and give them a fresh set of downs. Trying your best to limit the run plays this late in the game, but when it's a 4th and 1 like that, the run is probably the smart move. Reinhardt gets it done.
And there's not a whole lot of hurt there if you're Lewis Central, because, you know, the clock continues to run here.
Daggett has been through the air most of this drive as expected. He will fake it off to Reinhardt, look himself for a big throw, getting chased hard, and just has to throw it somewhere to make sure that goes as an incomplete pass rather than a sack. Daggett slow to get up from that one. Big play again from Walling. He had a pass deflection earlier on a screen and had that big pressure to force an incompletion.
He's done a nice job defensively for Lewis Central tonight. He's put a lot of pressure on both quarterbacks.
So again, a small positive for the Comets. The clock is stopped at 4:44. 2nd and 10 from the 28 for North Polk.
And Comets are going to use another timeout.
They will be down to just 1. Titans still at 2 after that newest timeout from the Comets. They will discuss their next game plan. If you're North Polk, you're doing what you want to do right now, being able to drive down the field pretty efficiently, assuming you can get in the end zone with a decent amount of time. Then it becomes defensive stops to give your team another chance on offense to get in once again.
And again, here, if you know, Lewis Central, you're not really too worried about the clock here, because if you're making the Comets use time, that's working in your favor, and you got a 2-score lead. So, you know, giving up a score here really, I mean, you don't want to, obviously, but it really doesn't hurt you a lot.
Daggett back to the air. A missed throw opportunity, as it looked like Davis there, or Cave, sorry, was continuing to run. Looks like maybe Daggett thought he would have stopped. But that will bring up a 3rd and 10, only 2 seconds off the clock in that play. But still, a bit more of a dangerous situation for the Comets, down to 2 downs in this round.
Yeah, I think a little bit of, on that last play, there was some miscommunication.
Unfortunate to have the miscommunication, especially when you took the time during one of your important timeouts to discuss. As there will be a flag here.
Timeout.
That is 2 straight timeouts for the Comets. They have now used up all that they have. So after a bit of miscue after the first timeout they took, they're taking a second one to get themselves back in rhythm and back on the same plan. Same page, that is. Daggett still the quarterback. Reinhardt still the running back. There'll be a late substitution for Lewis Central, just getting back to the line in time, as Daggett will try to throw it over to his teammate there in Tipley, but will not find him. Tipley had a bit of space there to make that catch, but just a bit off target. Bringing up 4th and 10. Very, very important down here for the home team. And Tipley will sub out after that, bringing in Jetmond to replace him. Through the past 2 plays, only 5 seconds total have been taken off the clock. Small positive for the Comets. 4th and 10 here for Daggert. He's himself a good completion. Will take to the air here. Step up through the middle. Might try taking himself. Looking for 10. Goes around one defender. Gets it. That will be a first down for the Comets. What a play from Daggett doing it himself. So they're very quick moving here. 1st and 10, yet again to the air. That one a little over the head of Reinhardt.
And again, not a lot hurt there now because the clock stops, and now you got some time to collect yourself. You can huddle up if necessary. It's a nice play by Christian on the previous play because he stepped up, saw he didn't have anything. And obviously with his legs, he made the first down. That's, the quarterback in the run game is really huge. If the quarterback's not a threat to run, then you don't have nearly as much to worry about as a defender.
2nd and 10 from the 12 here for the Comets. 4:20 to go. Keep an eye on the clock here if you were North Polk. Once again to the air. Daggett will step up once again. He will complete the throw, however, over to the sideline, bobbled and dropped. Good defensive play there from Lewis Central as that was Cathcart trying to make the catch. I believe Mortensen, number 13, was the one on the coverage there on Cathcart.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to see over there.
It was in the chest of Cathcart, but one more bobble took it out. 3rd and 10 now. Daggert to the air once again. Open man gets him this time. Cathcart makes some redemption up there, and he gets a touchdown for the Comets. Might have had to burn both of their timeouts to make it happen, but they have gotten themselves on the board once again. You'll see on the replay here. Pretty good play there. Even had another receiver to go to if he wanted to, and number 1, Caves, but elects to go back to Cathcart, and it works out.
That was a nice throw here. Now, this is a little different than philosophy here. I think it looks like we're going for 2. And if you don't get it, you're still down 2 scores. If you kick it, now you're only down 1 score. So, but we're going for 2.
Back up to Daggert. He will fake the handoff, throw it over. Easy touchdown for the Comets. That'll be number 88, Rumbaugh, for the 2-point conversion. Of course, following that last touchdown, they get 2. Rumbaugh, one of the first times we've said his name on the offensive side.
And again, we've seen that play earlier tonight too. Really, that's really tough to cover down there on the goal line. But a good play call and good execution by the Comets. And now they're just down 7. So with 4:11 left, you start to think about, okay, so what do we do on the kickoff here? We really got a lot of time. So we're not in desperation mode yet. We don't really need to onside kick it, but again, that's an option. If we kick it deeper, we've got to come up with a good defensive stand.
Ended up being a smart play call for the Comets. You have to think they wanted that 2-point conversion done and over with early to make sure they were back in a normal 7-point game.
Okay, so here it looks like Lewis Central's got 10 guys up within to take care of that short kick.
Only 1 remains in the back, number 22 for Lewis Central. Braden Doss, who else? And they will go for the short dribbler. Very good field position to start here for Lewis Central, right before midfields. Smart play from Lewis Central to leave Doss back there. Of any player, he's probably the scariest one to have a kick return from.
I have seen teams in that kind of a situation before with those 10 guys up front kind of try to pop it up in the air and have it land between that one deep defender and the guys that are up front. But
that one's a Coral who'll hand it off to Doss, gets his action 1 later. And just short of midfield will be at the 49.
Reinhardt on the tackle there. Now, Lewis Central, they're in no hurry to run any plays here. They're going to take as much time between snaps as they need.
If they need it for any reason, they're the ones who have 2 timeouts. The Comets are empty. A lot of scoring in this game. And even with all that, we have ourselves a close one. Under 3:40 to go. Titans up 48 to Comets 41. North Polk just scored, so now trying to get a big defensive stop. Currently on a 2nd and 8, but they will take one of their 2 timeouts.
Yeah, Lewis Central looked like the lineman over on this side. Let me check it. Looked like Cam Melby was maybe not totally sure about what they were going to run here, and so called a timeout to avoid any further confusion. So they've got 1 left.
Melby, a sophomore, one of the few sophomores on the varsity starting roster for Lewis Central. Mentioned it before, but we were talking earlier about Braden Doss, still just a junior. So has himself 2 more good years, including the start of this one. He's been showing up big. Has over half of the scores that the Titans have gotten today. So it will be Coral tossing that one over to one of his receivers. Jet touch pass taken down.
Jace Jetman on that play, that was big. Because they had that jet sweep set up. They had the ball in Park's hand, but Jetman made a really nice play there.
The strong safety coming in close to make that play on number 2, Braxton Parks, one of the more recent touchdown scorers for the Titans. And that pushes them back 4 yards. It was a 2nd and 8, now a 3rd and 12, under 3 minutes to go now, as the Titans are in no rush to snap this ball. Big time play here for both sides. We'll see who comes on top. Quick throw, screen pass play. I don't think they'll get 12. Taken down again by the Comets D. That is rolling on that one.
Looked like checking back was over there too as well on here. So now 4th down, and the punt game has been a bit of an adventure tonight for the Titans. So if you're a Comet fan, you're hoping for a bad snap here.
Nearly can take it to the 2 minutes here. We will see how the punt goes. As you mentioned, has been a big story. That's a good enough snap for him as he will kick that away, and that will be caught by Reinhardt. That is a fair catch for him. Not Reinhardt, apologies.
Gus Schaefer was back there.
Schaefer for that one will take the fair catch. I think the first fair catch we've seen all game. 2:01 left on the clock for North Polk.
So now you're in your 2-minute you're in a hurry, but you know there are going to be some situations where the clock gets stopped.
They are trusting Daggett in the quarterback role once again. Speaker has not been in for the past couple. Daggett the most warm, so they're leaving him in. As that will be a completion to get a couple more yards, as that will be a slide through there past the 30.
Well, they're going to mark him short of the 1st down, I think. Nope, they're giving him 1st down. And was that Davis Caves that made the catch?
I believe that was number 10.
Okay,
that might have been Jetman.
That was Jetman if it was number 10.
Very quick one here. Over to the sideline, won't get out of bounds.
We got to make sure we get out of bounds. Again, the pass to Jace over on that side.
I think they did give him the 1st down on the last one as well.
They did, yeah. So it's
play.
2nd 5 here. So this is really kind of a good plan to work that short side of the field.
Daggett another quick throw this time
Get
out of
yourself
bounds. Good play and 1st down. Reinhardt on the completion there through the air. Able to get out of bounds right over at the 44-45. And again, out of bounds, 1:23. The clock is stopped.
And so you see right now whether Lewis Central is going to make a decision on that short side on those receivers to try and come up and play a tight coverage man on man.
Titans still have 1 timeout if they need to discuss anything. But for right now, Daggett is off. Quick throw over to the side. Don't know if he'll sneak out of bounds, so instead he'll cut through the middle, past midfield, over to the opposing 49.
I don't think he was going to get out of bounds over on to the wide side of the field.
Another quick one. Hopefully a snap off before 1 minute if you're the Comets. And they will get that. Daggett back throwing. That will be caught down on the ground there. And they will keep the clock rolling, but they do get their completion. That is Schaefer, I believe, number 14 with that one, as they are moving faster and faster with each play.
Now we got a stoppage of the clock. We got a procedure penalty, but it's 5 yards. It's not that big a deal. The thing here now is a lot of times in these situations when you don't have a whole lot of time left, it's really not your best interest to try to change formations a whole lot because you get guys running around and you get confusion, and you're almost better off to run one formation and stay in it.
Clock begins to run once again. 1st and 15 now from the opposing 47. Daggett left alone there. He will pull up through the middle, try to get a quick throw off, and it will go incomplete. That was trying to go back over to Schaefer, number 14. Could not find him as there was pressure on his arms.
And Kyler McNeil. And then number 54, I believe that's Quentin Cameron for Lewis Central.
So 2nd and 15, 38 seconds. Clock is stopped. Comets again, no timeouts.
Correction, 54, that was Drake Miller for Lewis Central on that last play.
The receivers come in a little bit on this one before Daggett takes the snap, still through the air as expected. A long throw, and that one will be just down to the ground. Intended for Harris, as the player who was trying to make that play on defense is still on the ground. That is number 0 for Lewis Central. I believe Carter Thielen on that one has been a part of a lot of the kicks in this game. But here, looks like another cramp. Gives a moment of relaxation and resetting for both sides, both for the offense to catch their breath and for the defense to prepare for the next snap. 3rd and 15 now for the Comets. Obviously 4 down territory with 33 seconds left total. So 2 downs to get at least 15 and keep track of the clock. Thielen will make his way off the field. 3rd and 15 for Daggett. He will take the snap. He will look back. He will look long. And that is another miss on the communication for the Comets. Number 2, Cathcart. If he had kept running, maybe he had his chance, but he stopped back looking for a curl. So 4th and 15, 28 seconds. Right now, the down more important than the time.
Well, here, and really, you didn't really need to pick everything up on that one play there. You could have chunked it, thrown a short one, got out of bounds, stopped the clock. You stopped the clock anyway with the incompletion, but now you're going for broke. It's all or nothing here. You got to get at least 15 yards.
Big time play for Daggett coming up. He will take it off himself. Picked up a 4th down earlier. Staying on the sideline. Goes out of bounds.
He didn't get 1st down, though.
Too early. Maybe if it was 4th and 10 before that earlier penalty, he could have had it. But instead it was 4th and 15, and he pulled out of it too quickly. There's a flag on the play as well. It could be a saving grace for the Comets if it is against the Titans. We'll have to wait for the call here. But at the moment, Daggett was short of the line to gain.
Looks like they're talking to Lewis Central. I think the penalty is going to be on North Polk if there is a flag. The personal foul.
It was against the other team. It was against the Comets, I believe. So instead, that is wiped away.
I'm not sure what the signal was there. Anyway,
the penalty was declined, so I do believe it was against the Comets. But that will be a turn of downs for North Polk. Daggett had his opportunity to make it all the way, but was trying to be conscientious of the clock, maybe a little too much, and just drifted out of bounds a bit too quickly when he still had some grass to run with.
That was a good opening game.
Victory formation.
A lot of points.
And only one knee needed. There was only 20 seconds left in this ball game. And for the visiting team, a long drive over to North Polk did not start off strong for them. End strong as they will win 48-41. How about 89 points in a season opener?
Well, I think one of the things tonight, both teams found out a lot about themselves, and a lot of stuff to make corrections on. But there were a lot of good things too. So both teams are going to grow off of their performance tonight.
Both teams definitely had strengths, but both teams also have a little bit to work on, as it was a good start for the Comets, a great end for the Titans. And for North Polk, they will start 0-1, lose this ranked matchup against number 5, as number 5 will keep their ranking and maybe go a little bit higher for next week.
Comets go to Newton next week. They're on the road for the next 2 weeks. Newton next week, ADM the following week, and then in week 4, they'll be home against Pella. Okay.
Well, for Coach Jerry Walker, I am Braden Jones. Thank you for watching the first broadcast here for North Polk football this season, and we will be back next time we have ourselves a home stretch.
We will see you in 3 weeks. Thanks for listening tonight.